Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and usually on my channel, I try to put some kind of a video together just expressing my gratitude to you guys, and this year will be no different. I really recently just saw, as I was uploading some of my recent videos, that I've crossed 1,000 videos here on this channel, which is like, first off, what the hell? How did that happen? I do feel like I've been doing this for a long time, but at the same time, I don't feel like I've done 1,000 videos. That feels like an unbelievable number. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really excited that I stuck with this for a long time. I know when I first started my YouTube channel back in 2016, I threw out like 20 videos, and then a couple of months later, I realized that's not going to really cut it if I really want to build something here and kind of really connect with a lot of you guys and share, the insights and the wisdom that I have to share in this business. So it was 2017, I think in January, where I was like, all right, let me just start doing, I don't know, 2 videos a week. And I think I just arbitrarily decided Monday and Wednesday. And I've literally kept that habit alive the entire time. I don't think I've ever missed a week. I might have put out 1 video a week occasionally. And I know many weeks, though, I put out 3 videos or even 4 or 5 videos. And one thing that I was reflecting on that was like, I also had completed in my sync licensing career about 1,000 tracks as well. But unlike when I was hitting that mark, I decided to kind of put down the headphones a little bit and focus more on what I'm doing here with Sync My Music. I don't feel the same need to just drop what I'm doing here and give up on this YouTube channel because I've hit this, arbitrary 1,000 number. So don't worry, I'm not giving up or anything like that. But the reflection I had was that the only way I got to 1,000 tracks, 1,000 videos, was that I had a system in place. Didn't have a goal, right? I didn't start my channel going, I'm going to do this until I have 1,000 videos. I think if I had that goal, I'd feel really, really depressed and bummed out and defeated because 1,000 videos is just such a large number of videos to put together and figure out how to do. Same thing in sync licensing. If I started off saying like, well, I'm just going to create 1,000 tracks and then I'll know I've done something successful. No, I don't think I ever would have gotten there. So that's why I really do value creating just a consistent weekly, well, really daily habit of systems. This is something we really, really focused on in that 5-day challenge last week, which, by the way, those of you that showed up, thank you so much for showing up. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. I really, really enjoyed it. I want to do that more often. And I sent you guys all actually a feedback survey because I want to hear what you guys think about it so we can do more cool stuff in the future like that. Just the live interactivity is what we're going to do a lot more of. But this is a system that I basically started to follow, which was every Monday, every Wednesday, put out a video. Not every video has been great. I'll be honest. Some of them have been, I'm kind of phoning it in, or I take a little snippet from, maybe one of those old Sync Edge Q&As where I was like, I don't have anything to say this week. I got to just mine through something in some video I've done recently, and I'll just kind of put it on YouTube. So not going to say I always gave 100% of my effort every single video. No, that's the honest truth. But I did always show up, right? And that is what we were talking about a lot in this last 5 days, which is how much consistency in showing up to your DAW and your process every single day, how important that is to ensuring that you stick with this for the long haul and that you get through all the moments of feeling like you really want to give up and just throw in the towel. And for those of you that have specific goals in mind, if it feels motivating to keep that goal, then keep it. I'm not trying to talk anybody out of having goals. Goals can be really helpful, really useful, especially if they're really motivating for you. But for some people who have these really lofty goals, which is like full-time income with sync licensing, that is a big goal. It's a huge, huge endeavor to go upon. You might feel like a failure until you're a professional full-time sync licensing producer, but are you? That's just something you made up in your head. These are just arbitrary goalposts that we basically create in our own minds in terms of how we're doing. So if we don't focus so much on like, well, I'm not a success until I hit this benchmark or this many tracks or this many libraries or this kind of placement or whatever. Instead, we just kind of focus on what we can control, which is sort of creating a daily system of productivity, right? And we talked about, I won't spoil it here, but we talked about in that 5-day challenge how little you have to do. It's not a lot to build a daily habit of being productive. And it should be the smallest amount of effort that's basically almost impossible to fail at. And that's what we kind of shared on. So I won't keep repeating all that stuff. But, another thing I was reflecting on as we're getting to 1,000 videos is I have felt burnout many times on this channel. I don't know if you guys have sensed it or felt it. I don't always say it or share it with you guys. Sometimes I see other people on YouTube talking about their burnout and I kind of go like, you probably keep that to yourself. Like, yeah, we all got struggles. We all feel burnout. We all have jobs and gigs and obligations in life that sometimes don't feel great. So don't come and whine to your audience about that. And so I've been really restrained in how I, when I'm feeling that kind of burnout, usually those are going to be those weeks where I'm kind of phoning it in. Maybe some of you guys have noticed that I just don't feel a lot of energy or a lot of motivation to do some things. But I knew I had to keep showing up, I had to keep putting something out there. So, but every time I feel like, well, I think I've done it. Maybe I've just said everything about this that I could possibly say. Maybe I've given enough value. Maybe this is all I was meant to do, was this much content, this many videos, these kinds of services, and maybe I should sort of like hang it up. And this is kind of as far as I can go. Every time I feel that, that's when I always just try something new. Okay, so this 5-day challenge was a bit in effect like that, because I was starting to feel the sense of, where else do I go here? What else should I do? I kind of feel like we've talked about everything. I don't know. Let's just shake it up. So this was the latest iteration of that, which has sparked all kinds of cool creative ideas for how we can do more interactive stuff, including just the other morning, we did a great Google Meet hangout in Sync Academy, talking about the recent BMI developments, which, by the way, I will make a video about that fairly shortly, probably next week or the week after that. So don't worry. I'm aware. I know what's going on with BMI, or at least as much as you guys all know. And I do have a very specific opinion and a point of view on all that. So I will share that. But when I do these things, like, and a couple of years ago, I did these what were they, just one-on-one consultations, like quick 20-minute, 30-minute calls that I did for a limited time. And that's what basically sparked kind of the pro feedback idea of like trying to get you guys more access to consistent professional ears on your music. It's just going to be this new thing that I kind of keep with me. It's one lesson I've learned, that when life gets stale, when your business gets stale, when your music gets stale, when anything gets stale, and you feel like I figured it out, and I feel like I've done it. It's time to just shake things up, shake the box, right? Go try something new, get into a new genre, get a new plug in, try some new sounds, go listen to some new music. Doesn't matter what it is. Just shake things up, and you'll find that basically just by doing that, not really having a specific plan or a goal of what you want to do, or even networking and talking to new people, new opportunities, new ideas will just start to flourish because you're just not in your usual routine, right? And that's kind of what I really learned from this channel. It's like, I got to get out of my own routine consistently, because nobody's going to force me to do it. I've got to do that. And something I should have started this video on, sorry, I got my notes down here, is thank you guys. If you guys weren't showing up and watching and clicking like and commenting and being a part of this conversation that we have here, I wouldn't have made it past 50 videos. There's no way, right? So if it didn't feel like what I was doing was really resonating, reaching you guys, maybe challenging you in some ways, or helping you confirm something that you suspected about this industry, if there wasn't an actual meaningful dialogue happening between us, there's no way that I'm sticking around here for 1,000 videos. So this is really you guys making this possible. So thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. This is an amazing place. This is an amazing platform. I'm really grateful. YouTube is not a perfect platform. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of issues with it, but it is a great platform. I'm very grateful for the fact that I can just put up videos like this. You guys can find them. You guys can comment. You guys can connect with us, and we can kind of create a really cool community vibe here. That being said, I'm obviously going to continue making more videos from here to the next maybe 1,000, who knows. But I realize I want to spend a lot more time in email land. I've got a great email list. Many of you guys are on it. If you're not on it, you can click on the link. There's a link in the description box. You can join it. But if you've signed up for anything, like any of my free 5-day courses or anything like that, you're probably already on my email list. But I realize that I want to spend more time directly communicating with you guys via email as well as the videos. Videos are great, but I find that there's something more pure and more clear about writing. I actually do enjoy writing. Sometimes it feels like a chore, but I do enjoy it. And I find that because I can edit it quite a bit before I click that send button, I can really, really craft exactly what I want to communicate. I find that, videos, sometimes I'm better spoken, I'm a little bit clear. This one I'm rambling for sure, going in all these different directions, even with my notes here. So I really want to focus a little bit more on the email stuff for you guys. And I don't just want to send you, here's another tip for successful sync licensing, something boring like that. But I'm really putting together some premium content for you guys that are on my email list. So I'm going to certainly share with you guys where my music is at. I'm going to give you some direct links to some of my albums and where I've actually been distributed in my career, for those of you that are interested in that. I'm also going to sporadically, I haven't figured out how often I'm going to do it, but I'm really going to start putting out some free music library recommendations, basically the ones that I recommend in Sync Edge, which are the premium boutique TV film companies. When we shared the 5 of those companies in the last week's 5-day challenge, I noticed that it really unlocked something for a lot of you guys that were maybe unsure about how do you find these companies first off, and then when you find them, how do you really analyze them to know if they're the right fit for you. I heard a lot of feedback from you saying like you now have a lot of clarity on how to research these companies, dig into them, analyze them, and then obviously decide if they're going to be a right fit for you. So I want to do that more consistently to give you guys some sort of behind the scenes looks at how I analyze companies, how I figure out why they're legitimate, and why I feel that they're worth recommending to you guys, and how I would basically approach them if I were wanting to work with them, how I talk to them, what kind of music I would send them. So I'm going to give you guys that. I also want to share with you guys some insights from my royalties, show you some of the cool things I've been seeing lately on my royalty statements, which have been fairly large, if not the largest I've ever received. So I'm really grateful for that. Again, not trying to be braggadocious. I know some people have been seeing dips in their royalties. I've been there many times, so we're all kind of on the same team there. But I've been seeing some really cool things. So I want to share with you guys some behind the scenes of what it's like to look at these royalties and how depressing sometimes they are, and also how exciting they can be. And I don't know, there's a lot of other things, other cool creative ideas that started to get sparked from that 5-day challenge that I haven't fully developed yet, fully fleshed out yet. But I really want to do some cool stuff for those of you that are really looking for some great insights for how to succeed in this business. So have a happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the U.S. Or around the world if you guys are celebrating. Obviously, cherish your loved ones, your friends, your family, anybody that you get to spend the day with, and hopefully you can turn off your phone, turn off your email, turn off YouTube, and just really spend the day with the people around you, being present with them. That's my challenge, of course. I got a lot of cooking to do, so I don't think I can afford to do anything else other than just cook basically the entire day. So it's going to be a really, really great time. I'm going to be really happy about that. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Here's to the next 1,000. And if you're not subscribed, click on that subscribe button. Stick around. We got some cool stuff coming your way in the next couple of weeks.